Evolutionary love. The current planetary energies are dramatically different than they were even a month ago as I share this. I'm going to tell you what has happened and how you can use it to go forward in enriching your embodied expression of your cosmic being. First, I have to share that my cosmic being, my allness of beingness, is here now at this time to work with the planet being that we call Earth, or Mother, or Gaia, or Terra, and home. I work directly with her, and I also serve as a living bridge to activate and expand the hearts and light capacity of beings living here in support of the beautiful evolutionary leap, the EvoLEAP, currently underway. I originated from the first light beings as they moved into the first creations of form through shared love explorations, and I have supported the evolution and uplifting of many worlds. The current human EvoLEAP will bring us into Homo Lumens and will ultimately allow for the dissolution throughout all creation of the original elemental creation of fear, called Fear Prime. Fear Prime was created in the earliest times when the first light beings were creating things in sacred play. As they created, the experience came into being of before a creation and after a creation, and in this way time came into existence. And they loved their creations. With awareness of the before, they could imagine a time when the creation might be gone, and this created fear. The first law of creation is that something created cannot be uncreated. It can only be changed or transmuted. These first beings decided that they could create a new element which could be used to dissolve Fear Prime, which had woven itself like a dark thread through all created things. However, some of them believed that doing this would uncreate everything. They moved to block any such creative work as a result. They believed they were defending all of creation. The first light beings then split into two general factions, those who believed they could remove or transmute Fear Prime and restore a creation space to purity, and those who believed they had to protect against this, to in essence become de facto defenders of Fear Prime. Many aeons later, humanity was designed as a pathway to the alchemy that would remove Fear Prime. The defenders of Fear Prime came in to block this pathway. They instilled a trap inside the human collective codex on Earth, which kept humanity from evolving past a certain point. When humanity reached the place where that EvoLEAP could have been possible, they instead were bounced back down, and a loop was created in which humanity would advance and then bounce off an invisible ceiling and get tossed back down. On February 15th of this year, 2021, as I share this, I removed this trap from the human collective codex. I discovered that the beings who had installed the trap had also gotten trapped themselves by their own trap. Much of the recent 100 years of darkness on the planet has been a side effect of these beings' efforts to remove themselves from their own trap. All of these efforts have been unsuccessful. Humanity and the living ecosystem of Earth has been collateral damage in that process until now. I became aware of the trap energy very specifically in the form of a black energy splinter within the diamond crystalline codex of humanity on Earth. It visualized to me like an impossibly complex and beautiful snowflake in all dimensional forms. I was unable at first to remove this black splinter despite many potent alchemical attempts. I was brought then to connection with the beings who installed it. Working with these beings, I was able to see all they had done and to forgive them. I was provided authority to do this. I was shown that if I removed their splinter first, then I would be able to remove it for humanity. I was able then to begin extracting the energy splinter of this trap from their collective codex. At the last bit, the splinter remained in place and would not leave. I was shown that instead, I should now transmute it into Diamond Codex, which I did. I then told them that the rest was up to them, that they had been freed from their own trap, and the final removal of it was entirely up to them, that they were freed and forgiven to move forward with a clean slate if they chose so. I then turned to the splinter in humanity and was able to immediately transmute it into diamond and then dissolve it immediately and entirely from that state, leaving the crystalline human collective codex in purity for the first time since its earliest days. Humanity can now begin its own EvoLEAP into Homo Lumens. In that state, humanity can bring light into deepest embodied form in a way which will create that alchemy to dissolve fear prime from creation. The choice to evolve is humanity's now. Each being choosing a human life must also choose for themselves. This will take a very long time in human years, but will be very short in planetary time. Many of you have already been readying for this and also have been experiencing the increasing influx of new forms of light and energy into the planet in recent years. As the planet's placement in the galaxy and the universe continues on its current path, more and more new forms of light and energy will arrive to support this process. On the individual level, this has been a beautiful, sometimes deeply confusing, and also biologically stressful experience for us. The new energies come in slowly enough for the biologies we inhabit to catch up if we support them, because the entire point is for us to do this through embodied expression of cosmic nature. The magic we are doing through this EvoLEAP is required to happen through embodiment to ensure a complete connection with the deep sacred current of life force that flows through and animates all things from its first expression as the cosmic primordial magnetism. This deep sacred current of life force exists through all dimensions, of course, but fear prime has rooted itself deeply within the dimensions of highest density, materially speaking, such as the earth plane at this general time. By coming deeply and fully into our embodied experience and learning how to have our spirit and energy and cosmic side connect with the embodied forms of life force, we can then birth the new element required to transmute fear prime. This is what we are here to do. Humanity's disconnect from the Earth and her entire biome of the natural world has been one of the most effective aspects of the trap that prevented its evolution. It is time for us to reconnect fully and to remember the many ways in which we are simply one of billions of species inhabiting the same planetary biome. As we get started with this work, which we may be doing without even having conscious awareness of it yet, we often experience physical, quote, symptoms, which can be momentarily severe, usually fleeting, and almost entirely puzzling as they flit in and out. Our bodies are shedding density through removal of toxins in many forms. We may desire to only focus on the new esoteric or mystical awarenesses or experiences we are having, but this will always create a rebound effect, because what is required now is for us to anchor this all deeply into the body. Many of us have been feeling a growing urgency for a new life design to radically rebuild or start over in ways which can feel terrifying. There are critical skill sets we can develop with some ease if we focus on them, which will make all of this much faster and easier and get us to where we deeply long to be. Where we deeply long to be is a life filled with sacred play, in which everything is attuned to our expanding sense of cosmic self and how that most fully wants to be expressed in this embodied human lifetime. Uncovering and implementing on the best ways for us to be that lighthouse with life designs of our own that allow us to be the biggest lighthouse we can be from a place of ease and grace. This is what we are called to. There has never been an easier time in modern humanity to do this, which does not mean it is remotely easy. I simply mean it is now available to more people to do this now than was possible before. On a societal level, these energetic changes have been thoroughly disruptive and chaotic and will continue to be so, possibly for many years to come. Society will get there last. It is vital to you to understand this. If you have come this far, with me as I share, then within you is either the known or soon to be remembered awareness that you are the lighthouses for humanity and the planet being for the EvoLEAP. This means that in ways that may feel familiar to your human experience or entirely foreign to your human experience thus far, you are a leader, a light leader, one of the cosmic planetary vanguard. It is time for you to step fully into the pathway that allows the truth of your cosmic self to unfurl and express itself from within this human embodiment you have thought of, at least up to some point in time, if not currently, as all of who you are. Do not allow yourself now to be distracted by society. You will light the way for them when you are ready. You are lighting the way right now simply by being the light that you are, the light that you bring through. You have had many lifetimes trapped here within the humanity trap, and perhaps you have had many lives in other realms and worlds as well. Your embodied self is now shedding these past traumas from its beingness. Your embodied self is now increasingly capable of a new form of human photosynthesis in which you are directly converting the new energies and light into resource for your being. Your embodied self is also getting ready to then develop a new human bioluminescence in which you will transmit the received cosmic light through your unique light filter in ways which will help to awaken and expand the EvoLEAP. No beings will shine or transmit the exact same light. All lights are needed and useful. This work requires a devotion from the heart and cannot be done exclusively as a discipline from the mind. It does require the bountiful fruits of the mind, however. It requires a nuanced and complex blending of skillfulness with the biological systems, especially those of brain and nervous system, along with the energy arts and spirit work. We each created circumstances for ourselves in this particular lifetime that would become a series of keys throughout our life to continue unlocking and uncovering our true beingness, our allness. We must start with foundational restoration and then optimization of brain and nervous system and spirit connectedness. Then we learn how they work together. From there, we can unplug the energies from within this lifetime that keep us in the trap, in the looping. We learn what our individual rhythms are and how to honor them and leverage them into a life design that truly works for us to begin the next and most important phase of our work. As I mentioned earlier, I am a living bridge here to support the glorious EvoLEAP of the Earth planet being. I do this privately through my profound energetic work at a planetary and galactic scale, such as the above shared work removing the trap from humanity's current collective. I do it publicly in 3 ways. 1. I help intellectually gifted women who are purpose-driven but frustrated about a dissonance between what they are bringing into form and their dreams to master the art and science of their human suit, the nervous system, brain, and body, and weave these arts skillfully with the science and magic of the spirit so they can design the life they want with grace and ease and unfurl their true rich potential at last. 2. I bring stories into form, which are star maps that activate and awaken the hearts of humans who can help the planet being and each other to craft the highest outcome for humanity's EvoLEAP occurring in sync with Earth's. All profits beyond sustaining a simple life for me and my daughter from the above 2 activities are funneled into plantarts.world, which will foster and grow a global system of localized townships focused on regenerative agriculture and new forms of regenerative business, guided by a set of core values and principles. At the heart of this is our Plant Arts economic torus model, in which efforts and energy and revenue are all fueled back into the same human and local biome that created it. If you want to learn more about any of these, you can see my website, melaniegillespie.com.